Good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1 for the Newsfirst team. I'm Jamal Ratnayaka coming to you live from the Echelon Square right here in Colombo. Now we have, as always, a comprehensive report of all of the recent developments from here at home and across the globe. Before we head into our stories in detail, let's start off with a look at headlines.
"29 cabinet ministers including Ranil Wickremesinghe sworn in. Ravi Karunanika receives a cabinet ministry and Sarath Fonseca no more in cabinet. A vote on account to be presented for the new year.
අද සම්මත වුණා. ඉතින් ඒ තුලින් මාස 4කට අවශ්‍ය අයවැය වැඩපිළිවෙල අපි සම්පූර්ණ කර.
Fuel price formula to be in effect again. US approves Patriot missile sale worth $3.5 billion to Turkey.
General Secretary of the United People's Freedom Alliance, Mahinda Amaraveera, in a letter to the Speaker says MPs who were elected to Parliament from the UPFA as the previous general election will continue to function as UPFA MPs.
According to Amaraveera, the letter states all MPs who were elected from the UPFA at the 2015 August 17 general election continue to remain as members of the UPFA. The respective letter had been handed over to the Speaker this morning.
The Minister of Finance and Mass Media, Mangala Samaraveera, a short while ago said the fuel price formula will come back into effect. Now, assuming duties, Samaraveera said Cabinet has approved the vote on account for a 4-month period and it will be presented to Parliament tomorrow. In more news from the political sphere now, MP Shehan Semasinghe expressed the following views at a media briefing held in Anuradhapura.
Ranil Wickremesinghe likes if the executive presidency is abolished. He only wants to abolish the executive presidency the people appointed. He doesn't want it to be completely abolished. He wants to stop the people of this country electing the president. He is trying to get the 113 in parliament appoint the president. Because Ranil Wickremesinghe was never recognized by the people. Even after the UNP was able to form a government, the UNPers are still frustrated.
Now, in a headline-making story for this afternoon, the new Cabinet of Ministers was sworn in this morning by President Maithripala Sirisena.
Ranil Wickremesinghe, Minister of National Policies, Economic Affairs, Resettlement and Rehabilitation, Northern Province Development, Vocational Training and Skills Development and Youth Affairs. Rauf Hakim, Minister of City Planning, Water Supply and Higher Education. Tilak Marapana, Minister of Foreign Affairs. Gamini Jayavikrama Pereira, Minister of Buddha Sasana and Environment Development. Lakshman Kiriyalla, Minister of Public Enterprise, Kandyan Heritage and Candid Development. Kabir Hashim, Minister of Highways, Road Development and Petroleum Resources Development. Ranjit Madhuma Bandara, Minister of Public Administration and Disaster Management. Gayantha Karunatilaka, Minister of Lands and Parliamentary Reforms. Sajit Premadasa, Minister of Housing, Construction and Cultural Affairs. Arjuna Ranatunga, Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation. Rajita Senaratne, Minister of Health, Nutrition and Indigenous Medicine. Ravi Karunanika, Minister of Power, Energy and Enterprise Development. Wajira Abeyewardena, Minister of Internal and Home Affairs and Provincial Councils and Local Government. Patali Champika Ranawaka, Minister of Megapolis and Western Development. Navin Disanayaka, Minister of Plantation Industries. Palani Digambaram, Minister of Hill Country New Villages, Infrastructure and Community Development. Chandwani Bandara, Minister of Women and Children Affairs and Dry Zone Development. P. Harrison, Minister of Agriculture, Rural Economic Affairs, Livestock Development, Irrigation and Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Development. Akila Viraj Karyavasam, Minister of Education. Abdul Halim Muhammad Hashim, Minister of Postal Services and Muslim Religious Affairs. Sagala Ratnayaka, Minister of Ports and Shipping and Southern Development. Harin Fernando, Minister of Telecommunication, Digital Infrastructure, Foreign Employment and Sports. Mano Ganesan, Minister of National Integration, Official Languages, Social Progress, and Hindu Religious Affairs. Daya Gamage, Minister of Labour, Trade Union Relations and Social Empowerment. Malik Samaravikrama, Minister of Development Strategies, International Trade and Science, Technology and Research. John Amaratunga, Minister of Tourism Development, Wildlife and Christian Religious Affairs. Rishad Badiuddin, Minister of Industry and Commerce, Resettlement of Protracted Displaced Persons and Cooperative Development. Thalatha Atukorala, Minister of Justice and Prison Reforms. Mangala Samaravira, Minister of Finance and Mass Media.
Following the swearing-in, several ministers expressed views to the media. Now, the newly appointed Minister of Housing, Construction and Cultural Affairs, Sajith Premadasa, when questioned about the ministries not being awarded to certain people, said these problems will be solved in due course. The new Minister of Telecommunications, Digital Infrastructure, Foreign Employment and Sports, Harin Fernando, said that there will be certain changes in the future and he hopes the Deputy Ministers and State Ministers will be sworn in today or tomorrow. Minister of City Planning, Water Supply and Higher Education said that a vote on account received approval today and that this would facilitate the finances for the first 4 months. He added that it will be presented in Parliament for approval tomorrow. He further added that the budget will be presented before next March. Minister of Lands and Parliamentary Reforms Gayantha Karunathilaka said that he and ministers of the UNF received ministries today. He added that discussions were held regarding the appointment of the cabinet between the President and the Prime Minister. With that, we move on to more local news. The 83rd anniversary of the Lanka Samsamaj Party was held yesterday.
We do not have to think that Ranil Wickremesinghe will fight hard after he was appointed as the Prime Minister. We do not have to believe that the UNF leaders will fight for democracy after they obtain the ministerial positions they lost. It is our responsibility to protect the public mandate from 2015. There was an attempt to bring in a new constitution during the past few days. We cannot point our finger at Ranil Wickremesinghe. We cannot just say that you can't do it. We hold protest and say we supported you, so move forward now. We were asked if we want to join the new alliance formed by the United National Front. We refused to join. We will not join an alliance like that because their economic policies are a lot different to ours. Our ideas are leftist.
Customs arrested an individual with a stock of partially manufactured gold at the Bandaranayake International Airport earlier today.
The suspect was a Sri Lankan who arrived in the country from Singapore. The 9 gold chains worth 900,000 rupees weigh 1 kilogram and 150 grams. The 60-year-old arrested is a resident of Vallampitiya. Following an operation conducted by the customs, the gold chains were confiscated. The suspect was charged with a fine of 500,000 rupees.
In our sports news for this afternoon, now a media briefing was held in Colombo to create awareness on the 38th squash tournament organized by the Sri Lanka Army.
The tournament will be held at the Army Training School, Panagoda from the 27th to the 30th.
We intend to bring more fame to this sport and thereby increase its popularity and bring Sri Lanka to an internationally recognized position. We also hope to use this sport to increase reconciliation among us. We will be more involved with the national sport next year. We as the Sri Lanka Army hope to sponsor national level tournaments starting from school children onwards. We will utilize all our resources to increase the popularity of this sport and facilitate more sports for men and for women. And with that, we bring to a close this edition of Lunchtime News on TV1 for this afternoon. Come join us at the Echelon Square and witness our live broadcasts on Sirasa TV, Shakti TV and TV1, airing live at 7 p.m, 8 p.m and 9 p.m. daily, and share the joy of this Christmas season with News First. For the News First team, I've been Jayamal Ratnayaka. Take care and good afternoon.